friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm KP and this is the Booktrovert Lounge, where we talk about all things books, mostly mysteries, thrillers, and sometimes we dabble in other genres. And today is day 2 of Bookmas. And today I have for you a book haul. I have 10 books here. I have 1 book from Amazon, 2 from Barnes & Noble, and the rest are coming from Book Outlet. And at the time of this video, I just received an email from Book Outlet saying that my order that I placed last night is on its way. So another haul will be coming soon. Let's start off with the Amazon purchase. We have The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. This is the second book in the Thursday Murder Club. I bought this because I did have it borrowed on Libby. Me and my best friend are supposed to be reading this together, and I borrowed it on Libby. Now my haul was released way before hers, and the timing wasn't right, and I knew I wouldn't be able to get the hold again when hers is ready, which hers was ready on Thanksgiving. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. The paperback was cheaper than the Kindle edition. Excuse me? When are paperbacks cheaper than the Kindle version? This is why I don't buy books on Kindle. I only just use the ebooks from Libby because highway robbery. If you watched my December TBR video that I posted on day 1 of Bookmas, you'll see that this was on it. Hopefully we actually get to it because me and my best friend have 2 books to buddy read this month. Next are the books I got from Barnes & Noble. We have 7 Reasons to Murder Your Dinner Guest. Again, this was in my December TBR video, but I bought this because the hold on Libby for this was forever long and I really wanted to read it this month. I'm not waiting. I need to read it this month, so I just bought it. We have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. It's a classic, and this is the first adult mystery book that I've read. I read this, I think, in 8th grade, so I decided, since it's the first mystery book that I read that got me into mysteries, I should have a physical copy. I read this book like 17 years ago. I should have had this copy. Alright, and now let's look at my Book Outlet haul. At the time of this video, Book Outlet still has their $5.99 sale. So all of their fiction books are $5.99, which is a steal because I got some hardback books for $6. And I think one of these is a 2025 release. Actually, both of them might be a 2025 release. Hopefully by the time I post this video, which should be in a couple of days, the sale is still going on, but I've now made 2 purchases. I got 7 books this time, and I think the order that's coming has 7 or 8 books as well. First, we have The Bitter End by Alexa Dunn. Now, I've read The Ivies by her, and I have Pretty Dead Queens as an ebook. I haven't read it yet, but we'll get to it eventually. On the back, this says 8 teens, 1 blizzard, 0 exits, and a killer on the loose. That sounds like a good time to me. I love teen drama. I love a remote location. I like when they're snowed in. There's probably not going to be any cell phone service because that's what happens during a snowstorm. It has all the things that's going to make me enjoy a book. So, happy to have this. We have Head Cases by John McMahon by this guy. I don't remember what this is about, and by reading the synopsis on the inside, this sounds like Criminal Minds. Do I need to say more than that? This is Criminal Minds in a book. That's literally what this is. If you like Criminal Minds, you'll probably like this. So, let's see. When DNA links a murder victim to a serial killer long presumed dead, the team springs into action. A second victim establishes a pattern, and the murderer begins leaving a trail of clues and riddles especially meant for Gardner, which is the protagonist here. While the team is usually relegated to working cold cases from behind a desk, the investigation puts them on the road and into the public eye, following in the footsteps of a killer. This is a cat and mouse game. This is Criminal Minds in a book. I don't need to say more than that. Next, we have No One Was Supposed to Die at This Wedding by Catherine Mack. And this was also on my December TBR. If you want to know more about this book, you can go see me talk about that there. But I have a copy of it, so there's no more, oh my gosh, I borrowed it from the library and now I have to give it back and I have not had time to read it. We have the copy, so I don't have any excuses to not read this. We have Finlay Donovan Digs Her Own Grave. I think this is the 4th, 5th book in the series. I've lost count of which books I have and don't have because I have some physical, I have some on ebook, and some I don't have at all. I believe there's now a 6th book and the 7th book is coming out next year, or either this is the latest book and then the next one is coming out next year. I don't know. Finlay Donovan series, you just need to read it. In the Finlay Donovan series, we're following Finlay Donovan, who every book gets herself into some sort of murder mystery trouble. She usually partners with her nanny, Vero. So the books are usually just about them two getting involved in these murders and crimes. And it's a bunch of chaos. It's funny. It's a mystery. What more can I say about this? I am trying to read the whole series before the next book comes out. Will that happen? I say that every time one of the books is coming out, and then I think I'm 2 or 3 books behind. Next we have Dope Thief by Dennis Tafoya. This is now on Apple TV. They have a series. I haven't watched it. Didn't even know it existed until I saw this on here. But this is about Ray and his friend Manny. They pretend to be DEA agents, and they pretend to bust drug dealers, so they steal their drugs and their money. They are not DEA agents, they're just stealing. And finally they do a sting on someone who's very, very dangerous and who really wants their stuff back. But I'm super excited to read this. This seems like a fun time. Alright, the last 2 books are not mysteries or thrillers. They are Black contemporary fiction, I believe. So we have Skin and Bones by Renee Watson. And this one is about Lena Baker. She's on her way to getting married. Her wedding's in a couple of weeks. She has a pretty good life. She has friends, a daughter, a stable life in Portland. And on the wedding day, her fiance gives her this confession, and now she's questioning everything about her life, from friends to love, motherhood, everything. And so in this book, she's teaching her daughter lessons on self-love while also trying to learn it. And I was just flipping through this book and I found a quote that I want to share with you guys from this book, and it's making me so excited to read this. When I was younger, I wanted to be married because I thought that was what I was supposed to want. Was taught that marriage was the next step after college, then children, then some kind of happily ever after that would no doubt have its challenges, but would ultimately be worth it, ultimately be the greatest decision I made. And that says so much about what we as women are taught by society. And that's just the order of operations when it comes to life. You go to college, and then after that you're supposed to get married and then have children, and then boom, that's it. I love books that challenges societal norms, especially what women are taught growing up and what we are told our life is supposed to be like. I like when books challenge that. We have The Son of Mr. Solomon by the late Eric Jerome Dickey. This is the last book that was published before he passed away, or either it came out right after he passed away. And he's one of my favorite authors. As you can see, I have started a collection of his books. I don't even know what this is about. I bought it because it was $6, and I am building a collection of his books because, as I said, he's one of my favorite writers. This is more contemporary fiction or romance. This is about Professor Pi Solomon, black man in Memphis. He's an adjunct professor, and he's constantly facing microaggressions and prejudices from his colleagues, even people blackmailing him, saying he did something with another professor and things are simply not true, so he's struggling with that. There's also a romance plot in this, but ultimately he's called to LA because his father, who he really never talked to, passes away and left him an inheritance. This is, I'm guessing, about his journey of being a man and just dealing with all of these very complex and difficult situations that are happening in his life at the time. I'm super excited to read this. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I'm sure I'm going to get to it when I need to. That's how Eric Jerome Dickey's books always work out for me. I read them at the time that I need to read them. So I'm really excited that I have this. I get to add another book to the collection, and this is all of the books. I don't know why I'm showing to you that way. That would probably be a good thumbnail. Oh no. Alright, can I pick these all up? Let's see. These are all the books that I've bought lately within the past week or so. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Goodreads, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of Bookmas. Bye!